Hello Libra, and welcome back to my channel for those of you who have been here before, and for those of you who haven't been here before, welcome and thank you very much for coming over to check it out. This is a reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus and Rising Libra, and my voice is going really funny, and it started just before I was about to do this reading, in fact, so I don't know if that's going to be significant at all to anybody out there at this time. If you've got kind of something that you're not expressing, that maybe you need to express, but you haven't expressed it yet, Libra, it could have something to do with it, but we'll see how it works out. This is definitely kind of throat chakra energy that I'm feeling here, kind of blockage about something. So, Libra, as I was saying, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and a cusp Libras. This reading is for you. It is a reading for love, a love reading for Libra, to see what's happening in your love life, to see what's moved on for you. Venus is just about to leave the sign of Gemini and move into Cancer, so that's going to change the energy again as well. My throat starts going a bit funny. I'm just going to keep tapping it like this, so just kind of ignore that. Yeah, Libra, this will be you and question mark reading. So 2 sets of cards. The first deck of cards I have here I'm going to use as your cards, Libra, and the Good Tarot I will be using for the question mark person. Could also be the cross watcher person that's out there. So cross watchers, if you're interested in a Libra, have been in a relationship with a Libra, or still are in a relationship with a Libra, you may feel like the stories are changed over as well when it comes to the cards. Cards may resonate differently for you, and if they do, that's fine. Just kind of swap them over and take it as it is. Also, before I forget, there will be a free natal link in the description box down below for you to go and check out where your sun sign is. Sorry, your sun sign as well, because if you don't know where the degree point is, it's worth knowing. And also your moon, your rising and your Venus sign itself, which, as this is a Venus reading, you may also want to check out that particular planet in relation to which house it's in for yourself as well, as it moves. It's just about, like I was saying, just about to move into Cancer, so that will make a huge difference, and it will also, on a more personal level as well, give you some indication of what's happening or what you can expect in your own personal life compared to the house that it's in. Cancer energy is all about the home, security and safety, which are quite kind of Libra things as well in many ways. Libra being the sign of relationships, harmony and balance, of course. So Libra, I'm just going to start your read, and actually my eye has just been drawn over here to this card, which I almost forgot about, but this has been separated from the Gilded Tarot. I separate, for those of you who don't know, haven't been here before, I always separate for the love readings one of the decks of my cards of all the cup suit, and then I shuffle them and see which card comes out for you. And today you have got in reverse here the 4 of Cups. And so the 4 of Cups for me in reverse is saying that there's sadness, there's sorrow, there's a feeling of something not being, possibly even a feeling of being undervalued or feeling undervalued in this card today. There's like the card, the Ace of Cups, basically this cup here that is being offered here is not being, it's not being recognised, or it's not being accepted, it's not being, there's a lot of hesitancy. I feel as though it's known, but there's this kind of, it's like it's being ignored. It's like it's, and maybe that's what the non-talking's about as well. It's like it's being ignored, it's not being acknowledged. It's known on some deeper level that this is what's happening. Whether this is yourself, Libra, that's offering this cup and you're being ignored, and maybe not being able to speak how you really truly feel about something. Or maybe you feel that it's not worth trying to voice how you're feeling about something, because maybe you're already feeling that it's not going to get you anywhere. Got the mouse down here as well, nibbling away at things as well. So it's kind of saying on some level that you're feeling as though it's kind of being like depleted, or whatever love was there is kind of draining away. It's no longer there. It's not sustaining anymore. But it did, at the bottom of the deck as well here, we have the Six of Cups upright. So I'd say that it's coming from a situation where things were once very harmonious. There was harmony, there was joy. And interestingly, this cat down here as well, the cat kind of, and the mouse, it's almost like the cat catching the mouse here. Could also be somebody who you have a really strong connection with here, Libra, as well, because it can talk about childhood, or maybe somebody who kind of reminds you of somebody else that's been in your past. Or it could be a returning relationship, or a relationship that's kind of goes through these stages as well, maybe. Like on and off, like a deep bond here. But we'll see what else comes out. So the actual read itself is going to be done in 3 sets of 3, which are going to represent the first 3 your past, with this person that you have a connection with, Libra, energetic connection, whether that's physical, spiritual, mental connection, emotional connection, whatever it is that's kind of keeping you bound together. Because it does feel like there is this kind of karmic, possibly, like some deeper connection there. I don't like using the word karmic necessarily, because people tend to kind of put connotations into these things which may not necessarily be true just by the use of a certain word. So it's kind of like a deep connection that you have with this person. And it may be past lifetime, it may be something that's come through into this lifetime that you are having to work through with this person. But we'll see what the cards say. So the first 3 cards are your past. The middle 3 cards are your present, and the last 3 cards will be your future. And it's kind of representative of your past creating your present, and your present is now creating your future, what is yet to come. But nothing is ever set in stone, so you can always change your future by changing your present. Whoops, too many. Okay, we'll take you. Okay, one more please for Libra and the person that they have a energetic connection with, the person that they're connected to emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically. Okay. So the first card that we have here, and I will just say that your past doesn't necessarily mean that this is something that is necessarily to do with this person or this relationship in that respect. It can be that your past is something from another time, another relationship that you are kind of bringing in to another relationship, like a newer relationship, if you like. So it can go back further. It's not necessarily just about this relationship. So it can go back to childhood as well. I will just explain the cards to you and hopefully you'll be able to make sense of them. So the Five of Staves here is about a struggle. It's more to do with a struggle within the self than it is to do with an outer struggle. But it does feel like this clashing of energies here. And that could also have something to do with this Four of Cups energy here. It may be why you're kind of hesitating, why you're holding back, why you're feeling reluctant to take that cup that is still being offered to you. Because you are coming from this space of feeling like it's all a lot of hard work. That nothing seems to kind of flow easily. It's all very feels like it's long and drawn out and kind of like there's moments of happiness, but they don't seem to last very long is what I'm getting here. A kind of shadow kind of comes over everything and it feels like, you know, almost like, oh, here we go again kind of energy, back to how it was before. And the next card we have is actually the Sun in reverse here. So I feel that this is what this energy is kind of saying here, is that this sun kind of comes out, but it kind of disappears again very quickly. It doesn't stay around long enough for there to be a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. It just seems to kind of keep clashing. But with the Princess of Cups here, there is love. There definitely is love here. Princess of Cups relates in this deck to the Page of Cups. So we can also talk about trying to find love by taking care of yourself as well with this card, the Page of Cups, because she's literally drinking from this cup of love. So it could be a situation where you've kind of had to take that time out. Again, it doesn't have to have been this relationship that we're talking about here. This could be a relationship where you just had to look after yourself. Like it became really, like I was saying, hard work and really exhausting. I'm feeling as well, like an exhaustion. And possibly even kind of a sense of competition. Quite possibly as well, competition. But it feels like this kind of sun just setting on the whole thing, like the sun just kept kind of disappearing behind the clouds even. Just this kind of sunny moments, but not enough to sustain you. So you looked more to your own needs and your own care and your own, like, learning to love yourself here, Libra, is what I'm kind of feeling. And that's followed by the Queen here. So you've gone from the princess energy of the early stages of loving yourself to being a queen energy here. Again, the gender on the card doesn't mean that this is just talking about a female. Gender is not what it's about. It's about the energy of this. Page is a young energy. Energy that needs to kind of reach maturity. An energy that is more inquisitive, learning, seeking, learning, really. I feel with this, it's kind of a learning stage that you had to go through, of learning how to take care of you on an emotional level, on a deeper level, on a kind of not just always being there for somebody else, not always kind of being somebody else's joy and happiness and kind of sunshine for somebody else. And I do feel that this was quite demanding as well, quite a demanding energy here, and draining. And I think that's why this is also reversed here as well, because it drained you. It took a lot out of you, Libra. So with the Queen of Cups, it is saying, and it is upright as well, so it's saying to me that you have kind of reached that maturity. You have reached that sense of sensitivity, and possibly also are now more experienced in finding better situations. Or maybe not staying in situations as long as you would have in the past, Libra. Whereas before you would have kind of tried really hard to possibly change something or change somebody. But now you're realising with this Queen of Cups that that isn't possible. That it is about your energy. Taking care of you comes first before you can kind of look after somebody else or love somebody else. You have to be able to really kind of drink from this cup here. Lot of water energy, a lot of water, a lot of sensitivity, energy of Cancer and Scorpio and Pisces. So you may have these placements of those signs within your own makeup, or you may just have been feeling or dealing with those energies quite strongly. Also, I feel that this is, because it is water signs, it is also about finding your own intuitive trust here as well. Like learning to trust your own knowing. Because it has got the moon. For me, this is the moon in the background here, rather than the sun. And the moon is always a much more kind of gentle energy to the moon, whereas the sun is kind of much more glaring and much more kind of like you can't hide things from the sun in the same way as you can hide your emotions and feelings, even from yourself. But I feel that's kind of what the journey in a way that you've been on, is kind of discovering these inner emotions of yours. And the very heart of the reading, which kind of for me is where all the energy centres inwardly and outwardly, you have the Eight of Pentacles, but it is in reverse. And it is in your present. It's very much your present energy of where you are right now. And so the Eight of Pentacles here is saying to me, because the Eight of Pentacles is usually about working on something, working on your own values, but it's in reverse, which is interesting because I feel as though you're not focused on this at all at this time. But then it's followed by the Nine of Pentacles. And what I'm kind of getting from these two cards together because the Eight is in reverse as well, it's kind of feeling like there's an imbalance here within your physical world, maybe to do with your finances, maybe to do with just your values of things and how you create for yourself as well, creating your environment, creating your, again, to do with your own needs in a way. I'm kind of getting the feeling that on some level it's almost like the emotions have become a lot more important to you, and the physical world, or the sense of importance or the value of this doesn't seem to be as relevant to you anymore. Which is interesting because, like I say, you have the Nine of Pentacles straight after, which is upright. So it's kind of saying to me that you're learning about your self-esteem, because this is to do with self-confidence. It's also to do with being independent and strong and taking care of yourself again. And I kind of get the feeling that it's like you're finding happiness here. You're finding happiness within yourself, within your own, like not just your own environment, but your own kind of sense of who you are. It's like a sense of freedom. There's a sense of kind of being free to be you kind of energy here. Whereas I feel with this card, it was kind of heavy, like a heavy energy, like a feeling of having to. Having to be responsible, having to do the right thing, not wanting to do it, but having to do it. And now it's kind of like you're freeing yourself from that energy. With this Nine straight afterwards, you're freeing yourself from this energy, Libra, and you're kind of moving into this place of just like happy. I just feel happy to be you. This is kind of what's coming through for me. I'm just happy being me. And also maybe you're not kind of trying to make anything happen here as well. Like you're not forcing a situation. You're taking your time maybe and just kind of discovering you. What it is that you enjoy. And that seems to be the kind of major energy that's coming through here. But we do have what's coming into your present, energy. Temptation, also known as the devil, and it's in reverse. And here it's like an overwhelming, because it's in reverse. It's kind of, I see it as this kind of tsunami, or this overwhelming, like cobweb as well, almost like caught in something, like being caught up in something. Maybe something that's going to return from your past. Maybe it has got something to do with this energy here as well. Maybe it's something that you, like I was saying with this Six of Cups as well, that there is this connection that you're having to work through with somebody here. Or maybe it's just this feeling that I'm kind of getting this feeling of being trapped, but a bit like in a spider's web. Like you can't break free from it. Like it keeps coming back. And that's kind of what I was feeling with this energy here as well. Like it keeps coming back. You kind of get yourself sorted. You get yourself like here in this energy. You get to this point and you're kind of happy and really strong in yourself and really confident. You've learnt your self-worth. You know who you are. You know that you don't need anybody else to make you happy, and then this comes back and it kind of catches you in its web. Kind of what I'm seeing and feeling here is this kind of, you kind of get trapped in this web here. And it's happened, I feel, more than once. Now, this is an energy that you can't kind of break out of, you can't break free from. And you have the moon here as well. And I feel that when you do get to this point, that's when this person kind of comes back in. And it comes back in and they kind of ensnare you or trap you. And you're kind of overwhelmed again with all this emotion and all this kind of stuff. It kind of brings lots of things back to you. Like this tsunami is also how I saw it, like this tsunami, this kind of overwhelming, emotional, like it's all too much. And you have the moon right next to that. In fact, you've got 3 major arcana cards all at the bottom here. So this is quite a big situation that you're going to be dealing with here. The moon, Diana, is also, of course, known as the Huntress. And that's especially how she's kind of depicted in this card. And I feel it's kind of similar to this energy here, this kind of feeling trapped, possibly feeling hunted. But feeling like you're in the dark as well. It's like this just kind of consumes you and just makes you feel as though you're in the dark. that there is no, like it sucks all the light out. And just leaves you very confused and very vulnerable, I feel. It's kind of this vulnerability that in you that it brings up. And I'm kind of getting this sensation of you can't see the wood for the trees as well, like it's just like too much. And you can't find your way out. And we have, as your last card here, we have the Wheel of Fortune as it normally would be. It's called Fortune in this particular deck. And it shows two people on this bird kind of happily flying into their future, but it came out in reverse. So I feel as though it's a fortune that's, I mean, it's your choice is basically, I feel what it's saying is it's your choice. You can go down that road again, but it's kind of repeating the past. It's repeating the same pattern. It's not breaking free from anything here. Yeah, like the bird is taking you backwards, back the way, rather than flying in a different direction. It's kind of taking you where you've already been, experiencing the same situations again. Is kind of what I'm feeling here, Libra. So let's see what we have from this other person's point of view. How are they feeling about all of this, Libra? Person that you have a connection with. Not taking them. Person that you have a energetic and emotional connection with here. Okay, so you have the Tower over the top of this energy here. And it feels like this was your kind of again, I'm getting this feeling of it being, it's similar to this card here for me, in the sense that it feels like you were caught in here. It was kind of, you were like ensnared in a way, like something that kind of kept you trapped in this in this kind of fortress, in this tower, like a, and you, it's like all of these rays behind are kind of saying to me that you could see a brighter future, but you were kind of caught in this kind of, I feel it's like a stagnant energy. It doesn't feel like a normal tower situation where something has kind of come in and broken through, although it could have been. If it was kind of I don't feel as though it was a sudden, I don't feel it was like a sudden kind of breakthrough, or kind of like with a tower, it's usually something that comes in very quickly and changes a situation very quickly. But I don't feel that so much as it being something that you kind of almost realised that you were trapped in this, in a way that it was kind of like almost like a prison is how it's feeling. But it was a prison of your own kind of making here. Like you'd allowed that to happen. And that's kind of this energy here as well. Again, the similar kind of thing of this kind of being ensnared, entrapped, like a cobweb. It's a similar kind of thing, but this was kind of a lot more rigid. And I feel that it kind of represents your life with this person. Whereas this kind of represents more of your emotional feeling about this, or your actual mental head state about it all. Like it's like trying to get out of a cobweb, literally, kind of trying to fight your way through it in your head. But with this, I feel as though this is kind of much more represents your actual relationship in many ways, your life with this person. Whoever this is, there was just this feeling of kind of almost like it was like from the outside it looked really good, like all the trappings and, you know, all the kind of things that you're supposed to have, but what was kind of missing was this happiness and this joy, is what I'm kind of feeling here. There was that's what was missing, which is why it's very grey and it's very kind of cold, and it's kind of almost like you could see it elsewhere, but it wasn't kind of penetrating through to your life, is kind of what I'm feeling from that card today. So there could have been a moment of kind of release, kind of, I have to break free from this. That could also have happened. I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but I feel as though it was more of a slow process, a kind of something that you slowly realised was taking place around you. Like the four walls were kind of closing in more and more, and you were feeling more and more restricted by the actual situation, the relationship you were in. So let's see why we have the sun here for this person. Person that Libra has a connection with energetically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. Okay, so we have the Six of Air, which came out first. That's the first card that I saw, which is you moving away. The Six of Air is you moving away from that situation. That would have been the kind of... And that's what I feel. I feel as though it was kind of a very almost calculated decision that you made here. This wasn't something that just kind of threw you out, so to speak. This is something that you kind of took charge of. You decided you were leaving this situation. You were going off to find where all these rays of light were coming from, because you wanted some of that in your life. Especially as it's come out over the top of the Sun card here as well. It's like there wasn't enough of this. There wasn't enough joy. There wasn't enough happiness. There wasn't enough clarity or rays of light. I feel, pardon me. So you left, but it's kind of, I feel as though these kind of storm clouds have kind of followed in a way. Like the light is there, you can see it kind of breaking through. And I feel that's kind of what you went in search of. Not necessarily to do with another relationship, I don't feel, but just kind of finding you and your need in it all. And with this Call card, it talks of resurrection when it's up the right way, but I feel that this is you calling it to an end. This is you saying, right, that's it. That's finished. That's done. I am leaving. Like something else was calling you forward. And you had to take notice of it. You couldn't ignore it. It was like it was getting louder. So I feel as though this person kind of feels as though they watched you leaving, and they may well have also been trying to kind of call you back here, pull you back in, which is again what I get from this energy here, is pulling you back in, a sense of pulling you. There's always this pulling you back in, like you can't escape me type of energy. So let's see what else we have here. Over the Princess of Cups, we get the Ten of Air. So there definitely was this ending. There was definitely this finality which happened here. But this is the other person's energy here as well. So being in reverse, it was not something that they took easily. They didn't see it as an ending. You've got these two cards that are very similar here as well. They didn't see it as an ending. They didn't I just feel as though they refused to kind of allow it to happen in a way. It's like they just refuse to let you go. They refuse to release you here. They're still hanging in there. Especially with the Ten of Air in reverse, because the Ten of Air is about letting something go and releasing it. But when it's in reverse, it's kind of saying to me that this person is really not happy about it. It's like you have left, you have walked away, you have kind of moved on, but they are still, I feel, kind of chasing that kind of boat as it goes off into the distance. Or as it went off into the distance. So let's see where you're at, or they are at, in this present energy. Over the Queen of Cups, interesting, we get the High Priestess. Both very sensitive energies, both very intuitive, knowing. Like I was saying, the Queen's a mature energy. High Priestess here, though, is in reverse. And so I feel on some level this person really kind of knows how to, again, this kind of haunting, similar energy here as well, this kind of haunting energy, like this person knows how to come into your world, come into your dreams, come into your, if it's not physical, then they'll be doing it through their dream world. And they could well be kind of playing on that softer kind of nature of yours as well. And because when it's in reverse for me, the High Priestess is saying it's somebody who has abilities, but their abilities are not used in a very productive way, not even productive, in a very kind of positive way. Like it's kind of very much self-gain, the way that they use this energy, this kind of like they feel as though they know you really, really well, is what I'm picking up here, Libra, is that they know on some deeper level, they feel as though they kind of just know you. They have your number, so to speak. They know how to manipulate you, I feel. Again, it's similar to this energy here. It's kind of catching you in this web. That's how they feel. They feel as though they know you so well. And I feel also that they feel as though, you know, you will never be able to be with anybody else. Because you're meant to be with them. That's how I'm kind of feeling it today. Like you're meant to be with them and they will haunt you in various different ways. Like on the outskirts somehow, like they're always on the outskirts of your life. Like just kind of maybe in your friend circle or something, but they're always kind of there. So let's see what we have over the Eight of Pentacles for this person. Queen of Earth. They're a very strong and determined energy. And they are very strong and determined to get you back, is kind of what I'm feeling here. You know, with this Eight of Pentacles, you're kind of focusing on something else. Kind of leaving all of that environment, leaving all that environment and everything that it kind of promised, I feel. Everything it promised didn't turn out as promising, as it was all empty. It just felt empty and just kind of, it didn't, I just feel it didn't sustain you. But with the Queen of Earth, we have the energy of Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn here, doesn't mean that this person is one of those signs. They could have earth placement very strongly, but they are very determined. It's kind of once they've set their mind on something, you see this chin, it's like it always reminds me of somebody who's very determined to do it and get what they want. They know what they want, they're going to get it kind of energy. This person is very, very strong-willed, very strong-willed, and I think that's why there was all this clashing as well here from this energy. All this clashing. And I feel as though they may well try and tempt you back in with kind of material things. With this kind, because this world is very important to this person here. Their kind of status and their how they judge themselves is through their belongings, through what they have, through the material world. That's how they kind of represent themselves or judge themselves, maybe even. With this Judgment card up here as well. But this person thinks you made the wrong call. That in leaving, you definitely made that wrong call. Oh, interesting. We have the Queen of Fire that's come out over the top of the Pentacles here. But I don't feel that this is the same person. Although it could be. It could be actually, yeah. Kind of like when you get to this stage here of feeling very strong, very confident and very sure of who you are. As I was saying, this person comes back. And they're very alluring, they're very magnetic, there's a strong passion there as well. They're very kind of sexually provocative towards you. They're very, although they come through as kind of as it being love and kind of showing you their heart on some level, or trying to convince you even that they've changed and that, you know, they really do love you. Look at my heart, it's like all lit up for you. But I feel as though it's not. It's just a game, in a way, that this person plays. It's kind of an illusion. Again, it doesn't have to be a female. This can be masculine energies as well. So we're not just talking about the that this is a woman. This could quite easily be a man who's doing exactly the same thing here. Libra. But there is this very strong pull to this person, and they know it, and they kind of use that on you, I feel. And this is the way that they trap you. This is their trap. This is their snare. It's almost like, you know, you can't escape me. I'm far too beautiful. I'm far too stunning, electrifying, sexually very hot. Very hot. But it's kind of this is what they have to offer. Again, I feel as though it's kind of this is their, how they see themselves, how they judge themselves by this kind of energies. Both of these energies here. Wands is going to be, or the Queen of Wands is going to be the fire energy, Sagittarius, Aries and Leo energy. So this person could also have strong placements of those in their personality and their makeup. Which it may be worth you, if you don't already know, trying to find out and kind of looking at your own chart as well and kind of seeing if there is any reasons why you two are so kind of drawn to each other in that way. Libra, it can help to know these things. So, over the top of the Temptation card here, what do we have? What do we have over the top of this Temptation Devil card? Devil energy. Not taking use too many. What can Libra expect from this person? What can Libra expect from this person? Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp. And Cusp Libras, if you're not sure where those placements are for being a cusp, you're going to be at the very beginning of the Virgo energy, just moving out of Virgo, around about 0 degrees of Libra. And at the other end, you're going to be moving more into the Scorpio energy. So around about 29 degrees kind of Scorpio energy moving into. And if you are on a cusp, you may want to check out the previous reading to this, the Virgo reading. And you may also want to check out the Scorpio reading that I will be putting out at a later date here. Because being on a cusp, you can have kind of both blend of energies kind of very strongly in your personality as well. Yeah. Yeah, this person hypnotizes you. There's a hypnotic energy about this person, which is this same kind of energy here. Although this is an air energy, it's very similar. There's something very magnetic, very drawing in. It kind of pulls you forward. It's kind of like sexy, kind of like but it's interesting because it's her back that she's showing here. It's the back that you're seeing. So it's like this person doesn't kind of show you all of themselves. There's something about them that they keep kind of hidden, and maybe this has got something to do with this tower energy as well. In the sense of it being like it's the trap. That's how it's coming forward for me. It's the trap. This is what they do. This is how they ensnare you into this confusion and this kind of like, you know, wondering if it could work. Could it, you know, are you supposed to be together? Is this supposed to be the right person for you? They're very hypnotic to you. They're very beguiling is a kind of word that's coming out for me here. Very beguiling. But I also feel again that kind of it's like, you know, once they've got you, it's like they're not really that bothered or that interested or that, like, it's like they don't emotionally, they don't feed you emotionally. There's quite a coldness in this card as well, quite a cold kind of almost like this person can feed your fantasy world or feed your sexual needs, but that's their idea of emotional connection on some level here. Yeah. And again, I get this kind of energy of this tsunami here as well, like with this tsunami, which also feels like a cobweb. But here it's almost like I can see, even though this is an air card, it feels like there's a lot of kind of, like almost like a waterfall in the background there. Like a lot of emotion. They stir up a lot of emotion in you. Even though this is, and but they also stir up a lot of confusion, like in your head. There's this kind of, do I, don't I? What do I do? Kind of energy. Do I, don't I? Should I, shouldn't I? What happens if I do? What happens if I don't? And I do feel as though they're quite manipulative as well. Okay, so over the top of the moon, they have the world here as well. And this card is about, I feel as though this is you feeling like you are hunted by this person. It's kind of this energy of the huntress. It doesn't necessarily have to be a female, but the Diana was known, like I was saying earlier, she was known as the hunter, and it's kind of got all her packs of dogs or wolves or possibly wolves around her here. Going out to hunt, she's got her bow and arrow. And this card that's come out over the top, the world card, interesting. The moon and the world together. I'm getting a very weird thing about this card today. I don't usually kind of see this, but today I'm seeing this card as being like a collection of things. Like part of the things that she likes, or they like to collect. I know it's a she because of the moon energy and the huntress here, but it doesn't have to be a she. But it's like being part of a collection, almost like these are marbles or something, like something pretty, something that can be shown off, something it's like, you know, this is mine. Is how I'm feeling this card today. Yeah, this kind of sense of almost like an accessory or something similar to that. It's kind of like it's coming through as like marbles for some reason, like, or gems, like crystals, kind of something that you would collect. Something collectible is how I'm seeing this card, and it's almost like you you fit that kind of in their head. This is where they see you. It's like you fit into that the part of their collection. And it also came out with the messenger of fire energy here as well. So the messenger of fire is also the knight of fire, and the knight of fire is often about experiencing things. The knight of fire wants to have adventures, he wants to experience as much as he can, but there's also an element here of the grass being greener on the other side of the fence as well. So this person, a similar energy to what I was getting here, it's kind of once they have got you in their collection, it's kind of, they kind of turn off all of this. They kind of back away somehow. There's very little, I feel as though like the warmth kind of goes down. It's like it becomes very tepid and very kind of, and you're kind of kept at a distance is kind of what I'm feeling here. You're kept at a distance because emotionally this person doesn't know how to connect with you, Libra. They don't know how to connect with you. Again, this could be reversed, so take it as it comes for yourself, how it resonates. But that's the energy that I'm picking up, that this person doesn't know how to connect. Almost like they see you as a prize, but it's not a prize in the sense of something that they're treasuring. It's more a prize in the sense of I own it, it's mine kind of energy. And I don't know if I've had a similar reading for you like this before, Libra, or not. I'm sure I've had a reading similar to this from somebody. I can't remember if it was Libra or not. One of the zodiac signs had a similar kind of energy. So, and there are playlists up on my channel for anybody who's interested. There's all the different zodiac signs. I also do the full moons and the new moons as well. I've just put those up as well for the Aquarius full moon, both the astrology reading and a tarot reading as well, for anybody who wants to check them out. Transformation over the top of this fortune card here. Transformation is also the death card. It's also seen as the death card. In this card here, she has this phoenix in her hands. She's kind of rising from the ashes, so to speak. So it's like here, there's birds in both of these, which is interesting, but it's like this, in this card, this is your card, and you want to leave this situation. You want to move away from this. You want to fly into a different place. But as I was saying, it is in reverse. So there is something that is kind of keeping you. Okay. It's like this energy here is you kind of being held in these hands. And the way she's kind of peering at this, it's almost like some kind of I'm picking up today, almost like some kind of like experiment, or some kind of like fascination. There's a fascination. This person has a deep fascination with you. And what you go through, and your personal transformation, it's kind of, they can't experience it in the same way that you can. That's interesting. So it's like they need to be able to watch you grow and watch you change. Because that's what this is about, the transformation card. It is about growth and it is about changing. But I don't feel as though it is this person. I feel that this person is the person that you are connected to on some level here, Libra. And this is you here in these hands. And similar to what I was getting here with this card as well, there's a sense of this like with the world being the kind of collector's item, almost like something that's unique in a way. Like something that's unique or very special. I also sense again this sense of like they can't let you go. But there is a transformation taking place here, because you do also have this Wheel of Fortune. So I feel on some level this is your energy. This Phoenix here is you transforming. This is you changing. So this is your choice, I feel, as well, Libra. This is your choice whether or not you're going to continue, whether you're going to accept this ace here that is being offered, and you know it's being offered, I feel, and you're kind of really trying to, like I said, ignore it. But you are growing through this. You are changing. You are transforming. I feel, getting stronger. I kind of feel as though you're getting ready to possibly even to just say no, like no more. Because I do feel as though it's your choice. I do feel that you could say, that this, you know, it's time for this to completely transform. For you to leave. And that's kind of how I see this phoenix, is kind of rising up out of the ashes of the past, rising up and kind of moving on, becoming something else, becoming something much more powerful. But it's almost like that this situation here has kind of, is what's making it happen. So in some way, without this, without her or him, whichever, just without this energy, this person that you have this connection with, without them, this process would not be happening. So let's see what the animal oracle cards would like to say as well. And then we'll finish the reading there. Animal oracle card for Libra, please. Dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love, but it did come out in reverse. So for me, it's kind of saying it's good to be loyal, but be careful what you're loyal to. You can be over loyal to something that's not going to be good for you. And that's what I feel this is about as well. It's loyalty to something that's not loyal to you in many ways. It's not beneficial. Because it's come out upside down, I feel that that's the message here. And the dog, of course, is always very loyal. They find it very difficult not to be loyal. A dog can be beaten and it can be really abused, and it will still love its abuser as well. So there is that energy as well. It's like, you know, how much more do you want to put yourself through as well? How much more are you prepared to take here, Libra? Or Libra cross watcher, depending on which way round this comes out for you. So do we have any more messages here? Is there anything else apart from the dog spirit? Anything else for Libra and their energetic connection here, the person that they have this strong connection with? Crow spirit also in reverse, and it's saying co-create with spirit. So in reverse, I feel as though it's saying that with these two together, that your loyalty is not allowing you to co-create here. The loyalty to something that isn't loyal to you, or something that's not helping you, that you're staying with, or you have kind of still got that energetic connection to, because you are loyal or feel as though you need to be loyal to this energy, is kind of blocking that co-creative energy. Is blocking you from being able to move on, I feel, as well. It's blocking that kind of escape here, that escape energy here. And keeping you in the same place. So, Libra, I'm going to leave it at that and say I hope you have enjoyed my reading. I really hope that it's going to be of some help to you somehow, and that you will have found something of value within it. If you have, could you please like it up for me, thumbs it, because it does help to get the message out there. YouTube works on thumbs. Basically, the more likes it gets, the more it gets put out into the bigger YouTube world, and then more people can see it and kind of come back to the channel and hopefully look at the other videos, subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you very much to those of you who have subscribed. Thank you very much to the person who subscribed to me recently. I was feeling a bit low because I had lost 3 subscribers kind of one after the other, and I do know that my readings are not going to be for everybody. They're just not. They're not that kind of easy kind of energies that I deal with. I kind of call them popcorn readings, and this is not a popcorn reading at all. My readings are kind of have more depth to them, shall we say. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with popcorn readings, and I watch them myself, and some of them I really love and really enjoy, but they're not my style of reading. So if that's kind of what you're looking for, then that's fine. That's not my channel. But if you have enjoyed my reading, please do subscribe, and if you think it's helpful to anybody else that you know, please also share it and tap that bell so that you can get the future videos as and when I put them out there. Like I say, I've just done the full moon in Aquarius, and I will also be doing other zodiac energies as well, like all the zodiac signs, and I also do the changing of the planets when they move from one sign, like usually the bigger planets when they move out of one sign and into another, which isn't going to be happening for some time. So it's just the full moon energies really at this moment in time, or full moon and new moon, should I say. So again, thank you very much, Libra, for coming over and taking the time to watch my video. And hopefully I will see you again. Until then, take really good care of yourself and those around you.